Hi, I'm Erik Bohlin, and we're going to talk about assaultive thoughts today. Much has been said in the world of psychology about cognitive behavioral therapy. The notion that how we think and process life by running it through generalizations, deletions, distortions, affects our mood and affects our behavior. And interestingly enough, the Christian church about 1700 years ago had written lots about this. In fact, they had the term logismi, which is in Greek, has to do with a thought image that assaults us. Logismi are just there because of the result of the fall. Everybody deals with them. And it's important to realize that there are like three basically sources of thoughts. There are thoughts that do come from ourselves, thoughts that do come from God, and thoughts that do come from the enemy. Logismi come from the enemy. They tempt us to do any kind of sin. Logismi always leads us away from Christ. Okay, so if I were tempted to steal a pen that I admire from a buddy, I would be thinking, I wonder, if you've noticed it was missing, or it's such a beautiful pen, it's beautiful color ink. That is the beginning of sin. Logismi are tricky in that they tell us, oh, it's fine, he won't notice it, he'll forgive you. As soon as you do the deed, then it's like, you think there'll be forgiveness for you? There's no hope for you. And so it's always leading us away from the truth. Logismi are assaultive thoughts. There's an assaultive quality to it. It is kind of like the unwanted salesperson at the door that's knock, knock, knock. We're best by not even interacting with them. Okay, so the first stage is assaultive stage. The second stage is interaction or dialogue. Again, there's that log, which means word, dia means with, to have words with the thought. So back to my pen illustration, if I'm thinking about what a beautiful pen that is, it looks like it was hand carved, beautiful, it would just be great. That's words knocking on my door, telling me how wonderful it would be. Interacting with it is having a longer, lingering conversation. It could also be words like, oh no, why did I think such a horrible thought? That's horrible, what's wrong with me? That's still interacting with the thought. Okay? The third stage is consent. Consent has to do with it's entering now my heart. So this is more in my head. This is where it descends into my heart. And this is where sin is conceived. Okay? So once I plot, I covet it, I desire it, it's a sin indeed. Or a sin in heart. A sin indeed is where the thought takes us captive and we're actually doing the behavior and we have stolen the pen. Okay. The fifth stage is passion. This has to do with it's so like me to continue to steal, steal, steal. It becomes kind of a lifestyle or habit to sin in this way. It's truly a disease. It's something, sin is a disease in our life that we need only healing and only God can heal us. Passion comes from the roots of the word passive, so it just, we don't have to try to do it, it's second nature. But most of the time we think a passionate is a good thing, be passionate about your work. Well, the roots of that is that it always relates to suffering. Even though sinful passions don't feel often like we're suffering, but and deep down they really are harming us.